Cause I can't kiss you through the phone, yeah. But you can rub your pussy, make you moan, yeah. And I can't wait till you're alone, yeah. Tell I'm rubbing up your body, make you wanna bite me, yeah. Room full of money with me, fuck. She ain't fucking with me if you broke. It's crazy what the money make a woman do.
Spill the juice, we're back again. This episode is actually, I feel like it's gonna be the most craziest episode, yeah? So you lot prepare yourself, yeah? Sit back, get some popcorn, don't drink no alcohol, get some tea, because it's Sunday, yeah? And you got school tomorrow, yeah? But let's shout out my two co-hosts.
Hey, your boy Jim Busy.
Your girl, M.Lavontelle.
Yeah, and today, we got some crazy guests on, two special guests, yeah? Let's introduce the first one.
My name's Lani, big CEO, big producer. If you don't know, get to know.
We got Lin Mei on today. Do you introduce yourself?
You just did it for me.
Okay, enough said. Shout out the DJ today, yeah?
Younger vibes.
All right, so we're ready now, yeah? Let's start, man. Let's do some juice. Lin Mei, talk to me. Who are you? And explain to them like what you do.
I'm actually in property and housing, but I also regularly talk about politics on the TV. So that's pretty much what I do. I do commentary obviously online as well, and that's how I got to the TV stage. But yeah, that's pretty much it.
And what about you, Lani? Well, I mean, you kind of summed it up already for us. Executive producer of BadderzUK.
Yeah.
But of course, day to day, senior graphic designer.
Yeah, a lot of people don't think I work. I think they just think that I just annoy people online for a living, but no, guys. I've got a 9 to 5. I'm a graphic designer, but I'm gonna go full time into producing.
Nice. So wait, Monday to Friday, that's what you're doing?
Yeah, Monday to Friday. I go to work. I go to the office. I don't even get to work from home, guys. I have to go to the fucking office. Wow. But yeah, so that's what I do on a day to day, and then after work I do badders, and on the weekend I do badders, and yeah.
How did you get into content?
Well, when I first started doing content, I was being like a, big black booty hoe on Instagram. That was initially what I did. Yeah. But I didn't find that fulfilling. Even though you get likes and stuff, like, I would get like clothes, and I got like some collabs and stuff. I just didn't find it fulfilling. And then I thought, I want to use my personality. That's when I did Back Chat. And then I just thought like my personality was more fulfilling.
What do you mean by big booty hoe?
I used to be like a booty model, like a booty hoe on Instagram.
Like an influencer?
Yeah, but no. But there's different types of influencers.
Right.
There's some influencers that you can pick a vibe. So you can pick a classy vibe, or you can pick a hoe vibe. I picked the hoe vibe.
Was it just the image, or you were actual hoe?
No. It's just the image. It was just the thing.
Yeah.
It was the days where like Miracle Watts was like.
So I wanted the vixen.
Yeah, I wanted to be like a big black booty hoe, but it just wasn't fulfilling.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
I thought it would be, but it wasn't.
It's good though.
I've never heard someone call it that, but okay. Nice.
I've heard loads of people call it that.
Cheeks out all the time.
No, obviously, I had cheeks out sometimes, but all my pictures were very sexy, very seductive, and I just basically wanted to be like the UK Miracle Watts. That's what I wanted to do back then, though.
So would you say you're not doing that anymore?
No, when I say pictures now, it's more for me. I'm not necessarily
but is it the same type of pictures?
No. I take my Instagram's completely changed now. I've got content. I've got pictures of me. I've got pictures of my holidays, just whatever. Right. But before it was just
you had the intention of doing.
I just wanted to be the hot girl.
Right.
That's all I wanted. I just wanted to be the hot girl. But now I don't care about that.
Yeah. So do you feel like? Because now you're a bit older, I guess.
Yeah.
Because how long ago? How much years ago was that?
Maybe 10 when I was.
So to the girls,
yeah.
So to girls that like 10 years, that your age now,
yeah,
and maybe they might go on that route. Do you think that's a wise route? Because did that get you anywhere?
It does. There's loads of hoes who are like Instagram hoes who are married to footballers and rappers. So if that's what you want, go down that route. I didn't want that because unfortunately for me, I'm not gonna lie, that image does attract a certain type of man, and those men brought me nothing but depression and abuse. So I decided, you know what, I want to be the boss. I don't want to date bosses. Okay, so that's what I changed.
So what do you think about that? What do you think about, have you ever wanted to be like a, no respect, because it might be disrespectful, everyone to be like a big beauty hole?
No.
So what do you think about girls that want to actually be that?
Do you know what? I think when it comes to like Lani, I actually have respect for the simple fact that she's just saying it. And no one can't really chat to her if she's owning it. But I personally think it's quite degrading. But that's just my opinion. Like, I'm sure she has opinions about it, that she wanted to do it. She wanted to emulate someone in America. But when I meet a lot of women who wanted to go down that route, they're often not that happy because they're treated like pieces of meat. Men just want to fuck them. They're taking up the garden path where they're thinking, oh my God, he likes me. No, you're not the type. Even though a lot of men are now moving towards it, I can't see a lot of valuable men taking women seriously like that, where they'll want to actually raise children, create an environment with a home. The ones that you said, there are a lot of men that do wifey that, but I think it's accidental. I don't think men intentionally.
What do you mean by accidental?
I think that they start fucking these women.
They fall in love with the
The
beat.
pom-pom's good. The girl starts acting mad and threatening and crazy behaviour. And then he just says, she's been around for a long time. She's held stuff in the yard for me. She's done whatever. I'm just going to let her, give her a little title. Hopefully she'll calm down. But I don't think any man would go out to say, I really want to make a big booty hoe my missus.
I know guys that have.
I've never met
want
one
to.
personally that I value, that I would look up to as a man and say, I respect your thing.
There was this, like, I met this one guy, I went on a date with him. He was actually white. And when we went on the date, like, for some reason, we started talking about all his exes. And he showed me all his exes. All his exes were totally plastic. Like, certain people, they just have a type. He wanted fake tits, fake ass, fake lips. That was
But
his
can
type.
I just ask, what kind of guy was this?
He was like a really successful footballer.
Okay.
And he was, I'm saying he was white, and he wasn't even from London. He was like, I don't even know.
Is he married now?
No, but he's looking for a wife, and he likes, and he's still in my DMs. He likes a certain look. He likes a certain
Do you
look.
think then he's like fetishizing that look as opposed to
Actually
wanting
wanting
depth from that woman?
No, because I feel like the way I'm saying it in like the black world, but I think there's big booty hoe is the white version, and the white version is the Essex girls.
Yeah.
All them Essex girls with the fake lips and the fake ass, they are still big booty hoes in their own way, because that's the image they have. All the girls from like up north, like
I
who
don't
talk
know though. Do you know what it is? I know quite a lot of women that visually have that.
Yeah.
And now, okay, fair enough, with social media, they're making platforms for themselves. But I do know quite a lot of women like that.
Yeah.
But they've actually got like really good careers behind the
But so did
scenes.
I.
Yeah, but like you said, not a lot of people know you
Yeah,
for
yeah,
that.
yeah.
So these women, when you sit down, oftentimes they haven't slept with loads of guys. They're quite timid oftentimes, but the image of them is what you said.
Yeah.
Do you see? There's a difference between girls that they want to be out there and then you just have an image of a bit of plastic. I think there's two different things. Like, you are very confident to say, I wanted to be a big booty hoe. Whereas I don't think a lot of the Essex girls would actually own that to say that, if that makes sense.
But they secretly want to be, because even these fucking Love Island girls, all these Love Island girls, you go on their page and it's just bikini. They're still big booty. They're not black booty hoes, but they're hoes. They're Instagram hoes.
What is a hoe?
It's just an Instagram thought. Like, it's just, I'm sexy. Look at me. Look at my tits.
But a hoe
Look
means
at
a
my
slut,
ass.
basically,
No,
no?
but you can be a slut by image. You don't have to be a slut by pussy.
So if you take a bikini pic, you're a hoe.
I think if all you sell is sex.
Yeah,
So
sexual
that's
imagery,
what I mean.
yeah,
If all
yeah.
you sell is sex. then
Seductive.
You, yeah, so
Yeah.
you are like let's just say you do like what's that magazine, Zoo? What's it called, Zoo?
Back in the day, though.
Yeah,
the page
Moo or
three,
Zoo.
page three,
yeah.
For instance, you can be like a visual hoe, or let's say you're on OnlyFans and you do solo play. You're a visual hoe, but in real life you might have a body count of 1. So I'm not comparing the two.
I think they're still all, it's just different levels.
Yeah, but this is.
But not really. If you're just
Okay, yeah, but okay, that's interesting,
But this is
though.
an interesting question though, because I want to ask you this, yeah.
Yeah.
Because you was a big booty heart once, yeah.
Yes, I was.
But then
I'm
your
proud.
but I'm saying at that time I don't know, but I'm saying your morals, you would know. You wasn't out here fucking left, right.
Yeah, I
and
just
centre.
wanted to be hot.
So therefore, what I'm saying to you,
You
yeah.
can be hot without being a visual hoe.
But I like a look, and at least I can accept it. I like my tits out. That's why my tits are out today.
Let me ask you a question though, yeah? Or let me ask both of you, man, a question.
Okay, yeah.
Okay, what would you rather, right? Would you rather a woman who has a body count of 200, but no one knows? Like, no one knows. These men were like in the outback of Australia, but her image is classy. Like, whenever anyone sees her, very, very classy. Or someone who is known as an Instagram thought, like pussy everywhere, OnlyFans, everything, but she's actually slept with one man.
I'd rather a girl stay with one man.
Even though she's everywhere.
That's a
Yeah.
techie
So
one.
I'll tell you why though. So I'm gonna give you my thing.
About
Why?
perception, though.
But I'm gonna give you my perception.
Okay, yeah.
Because from experience, a
Yeah.
lot of these girls that you do see, because there's not every girl that's on Instagram with loads of followers dress up like hoes, but there's a lot of bait girls that dress up like good girls, and you might meet them, but a lot of them are not in a disrespectful way, but a lot of them are outside, innit?
Outside, okay.
So I feel like a lot of girls that you meet, you might think that, yeah, 150k followers, these girls sleep with everybody, but they don't dress up like that. So it's the same way, and I feel like if you're in the streets, you know. If you know, you know. So, and a lot of men don't want to be with them. But to a guy like me, that maybe not be in that world, but I'm on Instagram, I'll think this girl is like the world. So then...
So you wouldn't mind your girl having OnlyFans, her fronts everywhere.
No,
Mandem are sending you visuals of your girl's
Yeah,
nons.
that's mad. That's
No, I
Yeah.
wouldn't, no, I
Wait,
wouldn't want that.
Jim. Wait, Jim.
That's
you
a
didn't,
bit extreme.
you didn't answer.
Wait, what's
though.
the one?
Bro, it's
Who
a
would you
tricky one
prefer?
still. I'd
But all
rather
200
have
girls in the outback, no one
No,
knows.
but who would
No,
you
but
prefer?
if you
You
had to,
If you had to pick.
You have to pick, I picked one.
The 200 man is mad because
crazy.
so much soul ties. This is weird, bro. Like, so much man's just been in there. It's just too much.
So you're going for the
But-
visual home.
But the visual one is crazy because man are looking at my girl. It's just
But I
mad.
didn't have my pom pom out. I just used to take bikini pictures.
Oh.
Yeah.
But it's such but I still think it's an Instagram. It's just a name that me and my
Was
friends
it,
call.
so was it attention you was looking basically?
Yeah.
You wanted
I just wanted to be the hot girl. I think you go for a phase where you want to be Miss Popular, Miss Hot, and it fulfilled me for a couple of years, and then after a while, it didn't fulfill me no more. I wanted to fulfill myself in other ways.
Right. So how about now? Do you feel fulfilled on what you're doing?
Yes, absolutely. Thank you.
Right.
So the next
I do.
question.
Yes.
As a woman that's into property, how did you want to fulfill yourself?
I was probably the opposite. So
Yeah.
I went to the Brit school, I did music,
Okay.
and I was engineered to be that typical mixed race girl dancing on the stage. And whenever I looked at loads of other mixed race girls, they were always coined as like looks but no brain. Or like even in the ends, like, oh yeah, she's a pretty girl or she's a bit loose. Or so I wanted to do everything to make sure I wasn't branded that way. And if I was ever going to be known for anything, or I wanted it to be of substance. I want, like, even down to like my mum, she's a creative. She wanted me in the industry, pushed me into the industry, and I actually wanted to study law and politics. Even to the point, after Brits, I studied music, and my mum deleted my first essays. She was like, you're not supposed to be studying like law and politics, you're supposed to be doing music. So I'm the opposite. I wouldn't have minded being known, but it was more about if I'm gonna be known, I wanna be a voice in like my area or my community that's not the norm, because I don't think there's hardly anyone that talks about the stuff I do enough.
Interesting.
I have a question, yeah. What impact do you think artists like Sexy Red have on a younger generation, female-wise?
Yeah, I think it's really negative personally, because I think there's too much of it now. I don't think there's no balance, and I think a lot of these women are, the higher they get, they're being used. If you look at the people that fund Sexy Red, I'm not going to get into it too much, but those sorts of people from their community would never allow their women to be seen as that, but they're happy to make money off
Pamela
of...
Anderson.
What about her?
She's white. She's a hoe. I think they do have white hoes.
Yeah, but
Page
that
three
is
all white
that's not
hoes.
the community I was talking about, by the way. That I'm not going to name the community.
Marilyn,
like a
Marilyn
Kanye,
Monroe.
but
Marilyn
I-
Monroe, she's a hoe. She was celebrated. Kim Kardashian, she's literally sucked dick and is famous.
yeah, but again, I was talking about a community quite specific. Again, a certain ethnic community that's European that
Oh, the
back
J
these
one?
people. Yeah,
Oh, right, yeah.
that
yeah.
back these people that would never allow their women. Do you understand?
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm not saying there's no white people like that, but my issue is, yeah, when it comes to like certain ethnic communities, there's no balance. The same way how you can call out Pamela Anderson, I can call out like 10 famous lawyers, 10 famous politicians, 10 people that are famous for doing not just that.
Yeah.
When you look at the success within, let's say, our community, yeah, the diaspora community, it's always known for like nonsense. We're successful off of nonsense personally. So that's, I don't see nothing wrong with it. I'll be real with you. If there was a balance, but
So-
there's no balance.
Quick one. All right. So you have a show called Baddies.
Badders.
Shout out Badders. It's too good. And a lot of people, have you seen that, by the way? Have you
Yeah,
seen
I've seen clips.
a lot of people were saying it's nonsense. But then again, in one aspect, you could say, well, it was successful for something you just started. It's been successful, hence why you're going to go full-time producing. So explain to her how that made you feel, because people might look at that as nonsense, but then that's something you put your graft and passion into. And I can relate, because I feel like when I first started Spill the Juice, there was so much backlash. But it's like it's hard work, and I know what I'm putting into it. And sometimes people can't see the bigger picture. So, like, explain to us how that made you feel, and explain to us about your show, and like, just explain to us that journey, innit?
Well, I'll be honest with you. I'm not bothered about backlash. To be honest with you, I celebrate it, bring it my way. So not bothered at all. At the end of the day, like, there was a gap in the market, and I feel like I'm a businesswoman to a degree. Like, there was a gap in the market. People wanted it. I actually let my audience vote for the type of show I was gonna do, because I wanted to do a love show, but they didn't want one. They said they want a baddies, so I gave them a baddies. I don't see anything wrong with the type of show I've made, because, like I said, there's an audience for it. So I would say my show is in the genre of like trash reality TV. So I put it under the same category as a Geordie Shore and stuff like that. And I just feel like there's an audience for it. So you know what I mean? I'm here to deliver the goods, and they love it.
Understood. But do you ever think about like the responsibility element or the morality element at all when it comes to what you do? Like,
But morality to who though?
to society, to your peers, to your community?
No, because I feel like it's a show. I feel like
I understand, but does it ever go just at the back of your mind? Do you ever think, okay, is there anything that's off limits for you, basically, is what I'm trying to understand?
Of course we don't let them kill each other.
Well, of course not. But
Yeah.
in terms of, because you've said even in other interviews that you'd kind of take up any reality show almost, but I just want to understand where the boundaries are. Or is it that anything can go when it comes to what you do?
I don't think it's not moral to take up a group of people who want, like, basically they enjoy the passa, they enjoy the drama. In a way, some people even thrive off like the violence. They actually want to do it. I don't think that I'm doing anything wrong. The people, you have to remember that my show is behind a paywall. You have to pay to watch my show, which means like it's not put down your throat. Like, you don't have to go out of your way to watch my show. It's not in your face if you don't want it to be. So I don't think I'm doing anything wrong. I'm providing a service to people that want it. And in terms of morals, I don't see the difference with badders or boxing. Like, it's all violence and it's all entertainment and it's all controlled. Like, I would never, like, we don't allow weapons on my show. We don't allow jumping on my show. So it's like balanced and manageable.
Do you think your show is positive though?
I think my show is positive because it's lit. So when you're having a bad day, when you're having a bad day
Escapism.
and you're down and you want something, you want something to make you feel a type of way, you want to laugh, because it's also funny. Like, sometimes the girls, they cuss each other, but they're discharged. That is funny to some people. Like, the vulgarness, it makes them laugh.
Yeah.
So some people are having a bad day. Life's boring. Going to work every day is boring. Going to school, uni is boring. You go home, you watch badders, you have a laugh. It's entertaining.
If you had a daughter, would you be alright with her being on there?
I would be happy if she did badders, as long as it's a stepping stone and she's building towards something.
What if she's not building anything?
I would never bring up my daughter not to build up. Why would she not be like her mum? I'm a businesswoman, so my daughter wouldn't just do something for no reason. But I would be very happy if my daughter was doing badders. Yeah, I wouldn't have a problem with it.
I don't think, I'll be real, I don't think people like Lani are necessarily the problem. Who I think are the problem are the consumers. And if Lani tomorrow was going to create a show that was what we would deem as positive, would people gravitate towards positivity? When you look at the news, there was a test done with lots of positive news released, and the headlines didn't do half as well as the negative news. So the reality is the content that like she said, she saw a gap in the market and people are gravitating towards it. If there was no gap and people weren't loving the fuckery, that she would have no show really, or no audience. So it's on people to actually say, not trying to down your thing, but it's for people to actually say, I'm not going to subject myself to this bullshit anymore. Let me go and fill my mind with something substantial, something positive, something edifying, instead of watching young girls who have come from questionable backgrounds probably, hence why they're desperate to like beat each other up or talk about sex or whatever on TV. And let me like not look at that type of stuff, because it's degrading to young women.
And boys, and boys.
Oh, boys are the, sorry.
But do you think it's
and
bullshit
boys.
It is bullshit, but then I'm not here to say I never watch bullshit. So now what? Do you understand? I think the content is very demeaning, very degrading, and it is bullshit. I think Lani can admit, because she's intelligent, that it's bullshit. However, sometimes we all like a bit of bullshit. My parents cuss me for watching EastEnders. It's probably one of the worst acting. I watch it nearly every day that it's on. So yeah, it is nonsense, but people are going to watch it.
My opinion on your show. So I feel like I can relate a lot because of Spill the Juice. But this is my actual opinion. I feel like maybe everyone has their different morals, innit? So for me, I feel like when I created Spoon of Juice, it was mainly for females. I feel like I looked at the market, I thought, there's so much influencers, but they don't have a platform. Influencers don't really go on shows and do interviews. It's morely just the rappers in the UK. So I feel like I'm gonna create a platform for influencers. Got a lot of backlash from it. Do you know what I'm saying? If I got light-skinned girls on, why is there no black girls on? If I got black girls on, they'll be like, why is there no white girls on? There's bare drama. How old? These girls are 22. That can't have girls that are 22 on the show. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, people always say
People
something.
always say everything.
Yeah.
But one thing is, I feel like in time I knew what I was growing, and I knew that I will get out who I am personally, innit? The only thing I'll say bad about your show is like, I'm not compared to selling drugs, yeah, but you have a man that sells drugs. Technically, sometimes they always say like not all money you make is good, innit? So if I'm out here selling drugs every single day, the money's great. There's consumers for it. That's why I'm making money. But technically, what I'm putting out to the world is badness. It's not good, innit? So I always look at like, what's gonna come back to me from selling drugs? Yeah, I might have a good 3-4 years. I might buy this. I might go on holiday. I might enjoy myself. But then technically, I'm putting out so much bad into the world. One day, my luck might run out with something. Do you know what I'm saying? So my whole thing is that what you're doing is greatness, because I feel like it takes a lot of courage to put something together.
Yeah, the work ethic.
But then what you're putting out into the world, one day you got to look as like, how may it come back to me, innit?
It's not what I'm putting out, it's not bad at all.
Lani, do you
I'm not saying you put out world, but what I'm saying is, yeah, I've seen offline without your show, girls were fighting, getting arrested. So what's happening now is that the show's there, it's all calm, but without you, these girls are still carrying it on.
Yeah.
And it's now more
creating
pushed.
something else.
It's more pushed now because of the show. So now they've got platforms. It's all on the internet. So now they're meeting each other and fighting up. And this
Wait,
is
Lani, do you do risk assessment of their mental state of mind?
Yeah. But obviously,
What proper ones with therapists?
We're getting
What is the
better.
safeguarding element then in your show? Like, what happens?
What do you mean?
Like, what happens?
What's the safeguarding element?
But I can't control what you see.
No, I'm asking, like, when you vet the girls, what happens? What's the process in terms of
So do you
safeguarding?
get a therapist to say? Because when I went on a reality show on the BBC, I had to speak to a therapist. They had to ask me a series of questions to find out if I'm mentally stable to be subjected.
Yeah,
do you do that with all the girls?
Yeah, we do that, and we have an assessment process.
A risk assessment.
Yeah, that they go
So
through.
if
But
one,
they have to declare. The difference is because I did TV, and the difference is like. I can't just bullshit. Well, you can, to be fair, like, because you just talk to someone on FaceTime and you can bullshit your conditions. But we ask them particular questions, and if whether they lie or not is not, but it's out of my control. Because with the boys one, we had people lie. We actually had people lie about their mental
no, but that's why
state.
you have like a psychologist or a therapist that would ask certain questions that they wouldn't be able to lie.
Yeah.
They would be able to tell if they're mentally stable for
But
that
not always,
show.
because ITV has had people off themselves, so I'm not taking.
Yeah.
So I'm not
But that's what I was
taking
going to say. What if somebody does?
You can't be perfect.
What is
Such is life. It's not,
such
that's
is
not my
life.
fault. They applied for the show.
Yeah,
It's not-
fair
it's-
enough.
Such is life. People have off themselves on ITV. Should they go?
People doing the workplace as well.
Yeah. You can't. I try my best.
My whole thing, yeah, is your show. This is what I want to put out, and this is your show is greatness. It's greatness what you've done. For me, I just feel if there was no fighting, I would love your show.
Yeah.
I don't
then
like the
wouldn't that be
fighting because-
boring?
Because no.
No.
We're arguing.
It's not. If there's
kissing.
arguing, missing, I just feel
It's like Jerry Springer though. How successful was Jerry Springer? And
there wasn't fighting though. Was there fighting?
There was,
What?
There was
Yeah,
fighting.
it was.
Jerry
Okay,
Springer
my
was
bad.
a
Maybe
terror.
that wasn't really my.
But that's the USP. Unfortunately, that is what they
It's
want.
certain market.
Violence isn't really allowed on most reality TV. So the USP is they wanted the American. What they get
Element,
in America, they
yeah.
wanted the violence. And sorry, just to go back to your point. At the end of the day, when people play Call of Duty, when people watch boxing, when people watch Power, yeah, there's literally people killing each other, whatever. So I hear what you're saying. I just feel like for the viewers, they have to have a certain understanding that this is entertainment.
Difference.
It's acting.
Cool. I can't.
And a game.
I
But
can't.
my
Wait,
stuff
hold on.
isn't.
Hold on.
My stuff is
Hold on.
reality too.
But hold
It's
on,
not real.
Not. It's not supposed to be taken that deep.
but
Why
hold
were
on,
they
so
getting arrested after,
so
though?
take difference,
Because
though.
they're mad.
Oh, they're mad.
Because they're
But
mad.
what I'm
Yeah,
saying
they're
to you-
mad girls.
So
What
the
I'm saying-
therapist said it's okay for them to be mad, yeah?
No. I just think that they're mad.
What I'm saying
And the
to-
girl that did that wasn't actually. I didn't actually cast her. She wasn't casted.
Oh.
She kind of. It's a very long story.
Fair enough.
But she wasn't actually casted.
No, hear what? You know
Yeah.
what it is. I come from Croydon, innit?
Yeah.
So I feel like Croydon's at probably the lowest, where it's been the lowest, yeah, from growing up, yeah. But I've got little cousins that, this is actually a true story. The other day I went to my cousin's house, quick one, and she's young, she's about 18. but
Yeah.
She showed me a video of her fighting in the park.
Okay.
But, so my whole thing is that people look up to people. So the difference is, yeah, Anthony Joshua, I'm not saying they're not my peers, innit? Like, I'm just a young black boy, but it's in another world. Power, I don't know none from Power. But the difference is, yeah, you're in a community where, like, I know the young black sisters. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I might bump into them on the street. I don't want these little girls thinking that's normal. Do you know what I'm saying? That's the only thing. Apart from that, it's greatness. Do you know what I'm saying? Because, for instance, you might be a young girl, you might watch Baddies, tomorrow you might go to school, you might not like a girl, but you might just go and mash her up just because you watch Baddies and you saw what they was on.
Yeah.
And then you got to look as like, you might not feel you're responsible, but technically, in life you're responsible. Just like I might go and sell drugs today to a guy. He might take it an OD. I might
That's
say
your
he bought drugs,
responsibility.
but it's my
And I guess
responsibility.
But you
Also-
can't hate the player. You have to hate the game.
What?
These without me,
Oh, come on,
without
man.
me, they're still gonna watch the American version, and they're still gonna be influenced. Pow pow. They voted for the show, and those lot were all subscribed to Zeus.
but-
So. No.
But do you know what? Do you know?
I
Yeah,
was
but do you know?
just-
Yeah, but do you know what? Yeah, you're asking Lani.
No, it's true.
Again, you're not gonna. I hope you're not gonna take offense to this, but you're asking somebody who said I wanted to be a big booty hoe. What morality are you expecting to
I do
achieve?
have morals.
No, I'm
I
saying
just want to be a sexy girl. Being sexy is not immoral.
No,
Being
what?
sexy is
You
not
see,
immoral.
referring
see-
to yourself as a hoe.
No, but I'm being funny. I'm being funny. I can have humor. That's a joke, babe.
Oh, so it's not reality.
Yeah, come on, be for real. It's a joke. I'm having
Can we-
humor.
can we-
What do you
see-
mean? Don't say I don't have
I-
morals. I have morals. That's silly. Say I don't have morals.
No, I'm not saying you didn't
Yeah,
have.
but
I'm
you
saying
just
you're
kind
trying
of
to.
it was a joke. I was trying to be
Babe,
funny.
babe, whether it's
I
in
am
jest or-
funny.
whether
I
you're
am
jest or
funny.
not.
I am funny. You're more serious. I am funny. People find me funny. So when I said it was to laugh, and I'm sure people in the comment section will laugh.
Fair enough. If your whole persona is a joke, as in
And
like
my whole
comedy,
persona is not a joke.
then fair enough.
I was just delivering that I used to be an Instagram girl,
Yeah.
and I used to take pictures in bikinis, and I used to sexy, and I said it in a humorous way and a shocking way. That's what I do.
Right. So how much of your show is reality then? So what's the situ? Is it?
I don't. It's very difficult for me to say how much of it is reality because when cameras come on, people put on a show,
Very
and I
much
know a lot
true.
of girls do that.
No,
Right.
that's
So
true.
sometimes the girls are exaggerated, but if the camera wasn't there, they wouldn't do that.
True.
Right.
True.
What I want to ask you, see what Spill said about your show, yeah? Do you not care about like it affecting young girls in a certain way?
I care that it affects young girls, but with or without me, they would still be watching the Zeus version. So I am just here to provide a service.
But you know what? I'm agree with her in one point. It's like saying someone, no one's not chatting to me about on Call of Duty. All these young boys are on there shooting people.
So I shouldn't make my own Call of Duty.
Do you know what I'm saying?
Come on.
In-
I guess the slight
in- in-
difference
in- in-
is the slight difference is one's a game and one's supposed to be a reality
No,
show.
I hear you.
So-
Yeah, and
Honestly,
the reality shows
Yeah,
are not
that's the
real.
only slight difference though, where it's clear in one aspect that it isn't
that's
real.
why it's just a
Seeing
mad
girls
line, innit?
that basically could be them. Do you know what I mean? So it's like actual inspiration in a way that I can see, I can be that girl. So you can easy.
But then, do you guys hold the same energy that you're giving to Lani? Do you hold that with like the rappers as well? Then,
That's what. Ooh.
because
That's
as far as I'm concerned,
Yeah.
the
I
young
think-
young boys are aspiring to them, and that is a huge reason why there is an increase of problems
not.
and materialism.
It's not.
There is.
It's
Nah, I
not.
think
Okay,
I think it has
okay.
something to play with
One
it.
second, one second, pause. This is an area I've worked in, yeah, and I continue to work in. And oftentimes, a lot of the deaths, yeah, initially, like around between like 8 years to 6 years ago, especially in Tottenham and Wood Green, was about like drill videos going up, and that's how they're communicating. It's you next or whatever.
Hold on.
So let's not say
No,
that
what I'm
criminality
saying-
and
no.
what's happening to the youth of today, that certain types of genres of music and rappers' responsibility, same way how you said to Lani, like should she have a responsibility? Like if you were to sell drugs and someone was to overdose, all I asked is, do you not have the same energy for rappers?
Yeah, no, I agree with that still in a way.
I agree
Because-
to a certain extent, and I disagree. When two rappers are going back and forth, yeah, number one, yeah, that may cause rivalry, but I feel like the rivalry's already there before the music's made.
No.
So let me just make the point. The rivalry's already there before the music's made. No rapper comes online unless it's like a joke, like Chipmunk. It's not serious. So before the music's made, the rivalry's already there. Yes, it's going to enhance it, but the rivalry's already there. Let me land. But do you know why I don't condemn it as much? Because we're from a system and a place where some of these guys don't have a lot of options.
Oh, bye.
Cool.
Bye,
So
man. Bye.
so for these successful rappers, the only
a cop
thing
Are you trying to say,
No,
was there
but
any
no.
kind of
That's a
choice?
cop-out.
Whereas doing this is more of a
But what you,
choice?
wait, what
Is
you
that
said,
what you're
wait,
trying to say?
no,
You're speaking-
Go on,
you're
I'm trying to understand what Cass is trying to say.
speaking from someone that I feel like's got probably come from a good home, been to Brit school, so you might have a different outlook on life. and you're a female.
Not necessarily,
Hold
no.
on, let me
Not
land.
necessarily, no.
I'm coming from, because
Yeah.
I come from a good home.
Exactly.
But I'm coming from, still, that good home couldn't save me to what I was seeing on the street.
And I was on the cusp of
Or
that
to
in
what-
Tottenham as well.
100%.
Jeez,
But 100%. But what I am saying also.
No, but let's go back.
You're
Let's
not,
be.
you're not a young black boy.
No, but
So
let's.
no matter
I
how-
hear what you're saying.
listen,
Wait. Let me be poignant to what you said to. Wait, one second. What you said to Lani though.
Yeah.
What you said to her was, okay, do you not think you have a responsibility? Let's say, for example, someone watches. This is what you said. Watches her show and then decides to go the next day to school and beat someone up. Okay, there's been
Lani's
rappers that have said.
but
Wait,
Lani's
there's been
the
rappers
producer.
that have
Hold on,
said.
watch it. This is the difference. Lani's the producer.
Okay.
Lani's not. So it's just like the record label. Yeah, it's like the record label. Lani's not. So all the other girls that are fighting, they're the rappers. Let's
I
correct
tell
it.
you why you're wrong here. Because
How?
when rappers, like, there's lots of rappers that have said, for example,
Yeah.
one of the main issues we've got at the moment, is young children being groomed as young as 11 and being sent to Cunch. There's a lot of rappers that actually say, we're sending youths to Cunch, Now, another thing that rappers do is they say they don't need record labels no more. They put up their
But
stuff
they do.
on YouTube.
But we know they do.
But oftentimes at first they don't. So when they've got the realist lyrics and they're putting it up on YouTube like Lani does, you can have the same question for them to say, why would you
Let me ask you
promote,
one
wait,
que-
why
Go
would
on.
you promote sending a child to sell drugs, plug drugs in their bum to Cunch?
Let me ask you a question.
That's worse than
Name
what
me
I
one-
see
name
on
me-
Lani's
name me
show.
Name me one rapper right now, popping rapper or successful
That
rapper,
said that.
That's not had a record label deal. That's not in a record label deal.
I'm saying when they first come up-
But it's an image though. It's not true. Half of these
You're having
rappers-
no accountability.
No, I am, but I'm saying half of these rappers
Yeah.
are not even the guy they say they are. Yeah, and the rappers, because you look at the successful.
So why are loads of drill rappers in prison right now?
What? Because sometimes.
If they're not who they say they
I
are,
can't wait.
why are they in prison?
Let me
Which
just
ones?
wait.
Which ones?
Are you joking me?
Which ones? Which
Are you
ones?
joking
Let me
me?
just-
Go.
Because obviously, I believe that obviously music has an influence on people, right? Yeah. So the reason I hear what you're saying about the rivalry and stuff like that, it's already set in stone. We're on the streets, we're doing what we're doing. But there's another kid, Mark, who's a good youth, who's not on the streets, bro. He's listening to drill. He's hearing the man say,
This life
put my
looks
gloves
good.
On, went outside, bam, and the girl was grinning. Like he's gonna think, bro, hold on. I can do that. Bro, man seeing bare.
No,
bro,
But I
bro,
feel like you would
I'm
condemn
living
them the
in the real
same
world. That's
way.
what happened.
Listen, there's a lot of men that die on the streets that ain't really from the streets, bro. They just got mixed up. They're listening to this music.
They're seeing
then
the
going
money,
out,
they're seeing
smoking
the
weed.
lifestyle.
Next minute, they're all over shank.
So I'll tell you why I don't believe that. This is why I
This
don't
is a
believe
fact
it.
though.
No, but maybe
Me
it's a
too.
fact, but I'm saying, maybe it might happen because, listen, in everywhere this life, things happen. So there may be 10 people happen to you, but I don't think it's at the majority. We're saying is because in the real life, name me one guy.
The
you
double
know,
standards
from
is
your-
wild,
from
I'm
where
gonna
you
be
come
real.
From, 'cause you
The
come
double
from areas,
standards
those
is
are
wild.
gang related,
Yeah.
Have you met the Marks?
Bro,
Because them-
I've met 1,000 marks who then turned rapper, turned famous. Bro, man's
I'm
bro,
not
Well,
buying it.
it's clear you've got a
cool,
difference
man,
in
listen,
opinion,
people
and
are
that's fair.
outside, people are
Guys, can we
outside.
move
go on.
on?
People might be
Can we move
outside,
on?
and they're willing to do certain things. But listening to music can enhance
Scientifically,
that
it does
and
influence
create them
you.
to being more of a beast. Bro, certain man ain't really got that backbone, bro.
Ultimately, certain people are just vulnerable to whatever they see and hear.
And they're subjected
and
to.
that's and,
Yeah.
and we
I'm-
cannot
wait, hold on.
control
I'm saying that
at all.
the rappers,
I
they
think they should
create-
be condemned the same way.
Yes.
They
It's
up the
no
bar,
different.
but then it's like, it's called like-
I would say the same thing
But it's like saying-
about certain people that glorify the
Yeah,
roads
but
and
do you know
the
what it
streets.
is?
So I would say the
Do you know
same
what it
thing
is?
to them.
I don't.
It's no different.
To me, it's like Digga D and Fredo, don't like each other, rivals. But at the end of the day, probably if they weren't rivals, they won't be as big as they are because they compete with
You
each
just
other.
named two, by the way. You
Yeah.
asked me who's in prison. Fredo just had a case, still got a pending case apparently, and
Yeah.
Digga D's where?
Yeah, but hold on, but then these are two young, successful young men. They didn't have music to turn to.
But Pastor would-
Lowski in prison. Like, I could go on about how many people that we have actually celebrated. We've celebrated
go
the
on.
same thing that I'm just trying to have some balance here.
Yeah, 100%.
The same thing you was asking Lani, but don't you think your content is gonna like influence people? We're gonna look at these guys who have come from nothing. They've got this lit life now. So they're now trying to emulate in their footsteps when a lot of these guys now are in prison. Some are dead, some have killed. Like, do you understand?
Yeah, it's
So
not
you
nice,
have to
but
be
you know
the
what it
you
is?
have
It's the
to
whole-
keep.
Pass, are you trying to basically say is an element of choice? Is that where you're at? Because you feel like they felt like they had no other choice but to do this to change their lives. So that's the route they've taken, where you're saying in Lani's case, it's almost like she's just chosen
No,
to do this
I'm
for
saying
the
Lani,
sake of doing it.
No, what I'm saying, Lani's
Is that the element you're trying to get at?
Lani's a producer, like Lani said. She's a full-time producer.
Yeah.
So for
And she's
instance-
chosen
so these
to
record
produce
labels,
this
these
show.
record labels, yeah. So
Oh, it's their fault only.
so-
The record label.
I don't get. I'm trying to
No,
understand your
what-
point.
My point is,
Yeah.
Land it, please.
What
The
That's what I
plane.
thought you
my
meant.
point is, yeah, Lani's a producer. So Lani's got a bunch of basic. Put it so, Lani's the record label, and she's got a bunch of rappers underneath her, yeah, that are arguing whatever. But she's the person that is giving them the funds, the advertisement.
Right.
'cause
She's
the engine
steering it.
behind
Yeah,
them.
yeah, yeah,
She's the
yeah.
engine behind
Yeah,
them.
yeah.
So maybe if Lani wasn't Lani, because Lani's accessible, we all know Lani. She has a history, we know her. UK media is very small. But if Lani was some big CEO, like she said,
Right.
that from America that no one knew, it wouldn't even be this argument. Because
Yeah.
they would just see the girls and blame the girls.
Right.
So with the record labels, we don't know.
So you're saying you'd have this same talk for the people in the record labels,
Yeah.
essentially?
Do you know what I'm saying? But I'm saying,
Okay.
what do you
Oh,
say
you're
is
comparing. So you're saying
Okay.
you wouldn't question the girls on Badders, just like you wouldn't question the rappers.
my point?
Okay, fine.
We're not going to go to these girls and badders that you said that mental health, not good background. Someone's
You
doing
wouldn't
it.
And you're
ask.
trying
You
to
wouldn't
say
ask
the same
them why
way.
you.
You're
You wouldn't
trying to
ask
say-
them why
Watch
you're going on the
it
show.
land, watch it land. You just said before, these girls not mentally stable or to some certain degree. So someone Lani that comes, someone's in the media is giving them opportunity to probably change their life, have a platform. What am I really going to tell one of these girls? You shouldn't go on the show. These girls probably don't even have an opportunity. They might think, I'm not saying they might think, this could be changing their life. So am I going to blame them?
I
look at it
understand
like
an
that.
element of what you're trying
I don't agree
to
because I
say.
still think before record labels came along, to a lot of the rappers we know who have garnered fame and success, did it initially because they are subjected to social media and they've already got a huge platform or following. They don't need the record label per se. Yes, maybe for distribution or whatever, but essentially now we're living in an era where a lot of rappers can essentially do it, not necessarily
That's
with the
now,
record label
That's
on day
But
one.
hold on, that's now. We're talking that we're really gonna get into it when it comes to rappers. We're new to this. We're
Yeah,
like,
but
hold on,
essentially,
alright, cool. When am I
yeah,
supposed
but
to-
the
am I
point
supposed to-
is
am I
for
supposed to-
those people she's
hold on, alright, cool.
referring
When-
to,
how-
Pass, the
how-
people
how
that
long-
are,
alright,
she's
how long
talking
the
to
co-
that
co-
are
do you
doing
know
this
what? I
now
follow Colin on
independently,
Snapchat.
would you have the same questions
Well,
to
let me
them?
learn,
That's
let me learn,
it. That's
let me learn.
basically what you're trying to get at.
No, but I wouldn't.
You wouldn't. You still wouldn't.
To rappers that are changing their life.
Okay, what about ones that
Yes.
have labels now? Ones that are now saying we've got labels and we're pushing. Also, yeah, let me make it clear. A lot of the A&Rs of these labels are people from our community that are actually, I personally think, grooming young boys to also
talk
say
about that
these
then.
things.
Yeah, so
Yeah, but
I
Bold
agree.
statement, though.
But-
Grooming.
how can it not be grooming? Okay, let me put it into context. If a boy of like 14, and there are some that are 14, where they're being encouraged to talk about selling food, guns, knives, who they're gonna kill, blah, 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 and they're having encouragement from the A&Rs and the labels, to me that's grooming, because we don't have care for young boys like we do young girls. If you were to go into a school and take out a 14-year-old girl and told her, start wearing a bikini, you're looking sexy, we can make some money off you. How would you feel? You're gonna be like, what the fuck? But why is it young boys, it's not grooming? It is grooming.
No, that's facts. No, that's gems. That's a gem. I agree with you when it comes to that.
We don't care about our young boys like we do girls.
Well, my boys and girls are of age. Thank you.
I didn't look at it like that. When you said it like that, I think that's a fact.
Let's talk a bit about like clout in this climate, because there was a Sky News article, I think, Lani, that said about they were talking about your show, and the headline was something along the lines of it's really hard to get clout basically in this day and age. So what are your thoughts on that statement to both of you, by the
It's
way?
really hard to get
hard
clout.
to get clout,
I
basically.
don't think Lani has any problems.
Hard to get clout. And do you feel like you are having to do things maybe that you probably wouldn't have maybe 5 years ago just to get more views, just to get more clicks, just to get more subscriptions for like your show and what you do?
Well, 5 years ago, I didn't want to be a producer. I wanted to be a producer because I won 20 grand on telly. And then I thought, what am I going to do with my money? And I thought, let me make a show. I wanted to make a Black Love Island. My audience wanted Badders. So that's why we're here today. In fact, they voted for the name because it's toxic. Unfortunately for me, not even fortunately, I have a very toxic audience. Obviously, your followers are usually similar to you. So they wanted the name Badders because it's a naughty name. We all know, like, what, you know. So that's why we're here. So the reason that I'm doing this is because I'm giving my lot what they want. Because we have a relationship type of thing. I even did a whole video before I dropped the show of you guys are gonna have to convince me why you want the show, and they were writing me paragraphs.
Okay, but do you feel like you're having to do do you engineer anything in your shows where you're doing it to get more views?
I don't think so. In fact, sometimes we're fighting to reel it in. They are nuts.
Because
So no, we don't have to do anything.
Because one of my kind of concerns of like this clout era is like, at what point is it too much, or is it like nothing is going to shock people anymore? Do you get what I mean? So it's like you have to keep doing things to get that shock value. And
I don't do anything to get shock value.
I mean, I'm talking generally, by the way. So I'm just trying to understand, like, even just the climate and just content in general. At what point do you feel like the shock value is just going to wear off? Like, because people are doing nearly anything, screaming at screens, fighting, whatever, just to get the views these days. So at what point is there a ceiling?
I mean, but as long as no one's dying, who cares?
Fair enough.
Like, if people are sucking dick for views, that's their choice. Like, no, but that's their choice, though. Like, people can do what they want as long as they give consent and they're of age. So if someone wants to have a porn show, I just don't see why we have to, like, we don't have to police what people choose to do as adults. So if there's girls, you have to understand that. Let me talk about the boys. I don't just have girls. I just did Bad as Boys. I have boys on there. I have boys that do OnlyFans. In fact, I also have girls that do OnlyFans. So that some of the people on my show basically maybe don't necessarily walk the life you walk. So they do OnlyFans. They're doing Badders for clout and attention to promote their OnlyFans. You know, human beings have different lives.
Yeah, by the way, I'm just asking.
Yeah, I'm just saying.
Yeah.
I just think this, not to be too esoteric and deep and meaningful, but I think we're coming to the end of an empire. And if you look at the last 1,000 years, all of the different empires, before they collapsed, they were reflective of degeneracy, over-sexualization, debauchery, no morals, anything can go, every single empire at the end. So what we're seeing unfold here is normal. And I think if you allow yourself where there's completely, like I know you said you have morals, but you also just said, as long as they're not dead. So it's like and they're adults. So your moral basis, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, is only deaf and adult. Anything else can go.
I do what people want. Some people like drama. Not everyone's like you. Not everyone likes what
it's
you
not
like.
about it's not about me, but
no, but some people also like violence. There are people on my show who literally get a buzz off it. I've actually seen it. I actually have to say, calm down, it's enough, and they're like, nah.
But why have you then said calm down? Why would you?
Because I don't want anyone to die. You just asked me what's my limit.
So death is
I'm deaf and them being severely injured.
Oh, okay.
Because it's meant to be just entertainment. In essence, my show is meant to be like fun to a degree. Do you get what I mean? Yeah, cool, there's a bit of violence, but if you want to be honest, do you want to know the feedback I got when Badders 1 dropped? The feedback I got is, Lani, you don't let them fight for long enough.
But then you just said you've got a toxic audience, so that's not surprising.
Yeah, no, but if this is just even random people that don't like really F with me on TikTok, just the people that like the content. They're like, you don't let them fight for long enough, la 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 la. And if you want me to be honest, like, not that this makes me better, but for instance, if you compare Zeus to Now That's TV, I don't know if you know the difference.
No.
So there's Zeus, which is the American baddies, and then there's Now That's TV. They make the same content, but Now That's TV's violence is way more like gritty than Zeus, if you know what I mean. Like, they will take it there. They want them to bleed. So with me, just because of my personality and maybe because I'm a little bit soft, I don't want my girls to bleed. But someone else might come along and be like, you know what, bleed.
Yeah.
I've got a question for you. Yeah? Do you feel like women of this generation have become more masculine?
What do you mean by masculine? Because do you know what?
Huh?
No. We have to unpick what a man means by more masculine, because I think men are very good at throwing to a woman that they're masculine, but what that really means is They have to have a strong level of personality, confidence, tenacity to be able to get on in life and to make money and be successful. And to men, that would be deemed as something that is masculine. But the reality is, we don't live in a world anymore where we hit 18, 19, we'll be married and looked after.
Yeah.
The reality is, whether like me and my man last or not, or I get married, I need to know I've got a house. I need to know I've got money in the bank. And for us to be successful, we have to take on this persona, which can be in the corporate world, in the production world, in the entertainment world, a little bit aggressive. And I'll give you an example, let me land. So like in my industry, right, I'm a contractor, and I'll speak to girls when I go into a business, right, into a job. And they'll be like, oh, like, you just came in on this, or like if they hear about what I'm on or whatever. And I'm like, you've been here for 10 years and you've never asked for a pay rise. They're like, oh, as a woman, and I know they're more qualified than a lot of the men. But because men are used to having that sort of what you would deem as masculine, they will go and say, I need a pay rise. I need a pay rise. They'll do that nearly every other year. Whereas the woman doesn't feel that she's got the confidence to be able to even say that. So if you want to ask me the question again, are we more masculine, meaning are we more of a go-getter, which is reflective of how men are? We have to be.
Yeah.
Because then in
We've
the
got choice.
same breath, you lot will tell us, you're just a gold digger, you're a brokey, you're this. Well, now I'm not, so.
Yeah, no, I respect girls that are on the grind and are very much like go-getters. I think that's
In
very
what way
attractive.
did you mean masculine?
Yeah.
I think more just like how they present themselves, like.
In
You
what
mean
way?
from a,
Yeah, in
but
what way?
sexual, business-wise, looks, like what?
I just think just attitude, just the way they just present themselves.
Yeah, but we can't be soft. I used to be soft and I was abused.
I
We
hear
can't
it.
be
I
soft.
hear it. I think also Lani saying she was abused, and that must have been like horrendous. But you're also dealing with, and I'm not saying it's right for women to act like this, but you're dealing with a lot of women that watch their mum have to be the mum and the dad. They watched a lot of women getting abused or taken the piss out of, or men not actually bringing the money, and they watched their mum have to do that, and they've looked at their mum and they've said, I never want to be you. So if I never want to be you, I have to not be soft and submissive, because all that led to was abuse and brokenness.
Yep.
So, much question. Say there's this girl, beautiful, hardworking, intelligent, meets a guy. The guy don't want her to work. He's a good guy, but he's well off. He just don't want his girl to work. He wants to provide for her. He actually convinces her not to work. Is that girl then wrong for not working? Because do you think that tell them girls like, no matter what, work, have your own. But then this guy's actually a lovely guy. He's in love. He don't want his woman to work. He's gonna go out and provide. He wants to stay at home with the kids.
Yeah, but what's
He's
the-
I
Yeah, go
don't
on.
think he's wrong, but I would urge anyone in that circumstance, the man and the woman, to actually think about why you don't want her to work. If it's the thing where she's heavily pregnant, or you've had a look at the nurseries, they're not saying what, and you want the mother's love to raise her, then that's different. But if you actually just say, I never want her to work, there could be a controlling element there. Now, there are stay-at-home wives that they keep themselves occupied, so on and so forth. But I actually know wealthy men that when they met their woman, one of the things that attracted them to their woman was she was working. And because she was working and going out there, she had a lot to provide in terms of mental stimulation. One person specifically, he's been married for about 10 years. His wife has not worked for the majority of the years. He now is no longer stimulated by her because her mental ability of being able to give that stimulation stopped when he told her to stop working. And now he's bored of his wife. So I think there needs to be a balance. And I think she's not wrong or he's not wrong, but it's what works for the couple.
I think you need a backup plan, because at the end of the day, the only person that you can rely on in this life is yourself. Someone can just turn around. There's couples of wealthy men, they turn around when they're in their 60s or 50s and they want a young ting. And then what do you have? Nope. I think you need a backup plan. So even if you're going to be looked after by a man, I think you still need your qualifications. I think you need to build something.
Have a property.
Yeah, I think even, I know some women that have like secret bank accounts. I don't think that's foolish. I'm so sorry. Because at the end of the day, anyone can turn around and say, I'm sorry, I want to be with a 20-year-old now. And then what are you doing at 50?
But I think if you,
backup plan.
I do think if you are intending to have quite a few children, I do think, I personally, if you can afford it, not if you can't, if you can afford it, it breaks my heart to see women give their young babies and have to go to work, if that makes sense.
Yeah, no, because
Completely agree with
I agree with that. I feel like, hopefully, God willing, I'm in a position when I do find a wife. Not that I wouldn't want my wife to work. I want my wife to
Do
have
something,
my future
yeah.
wife, whoever that is, I want her to do something. But I feel like I would like the comfortability of my wife in the house with children. Like us, it would not change by herself, but just in the house. I wouldn't want like.
Is that her choice though, or are you gonna tell her?
No, not it's her choice, like 100%. But I'm saying I'm like the fact of either like you finish work, I wouldn't want to say like I watched my mum work all my life, so I wouldn't want to finish my what time for eight doing 12-hour shifts, coming in tired. Like I wish I can go out and get it all and provide in it, but that's just me in it. But I understand your point too in it. But at the same time, I would be turned off if my girl didn't have nothing.
Yeah.
Nothing at all. Wouldn't have no drive, no ambition, just at home all day. I feel like there's an element as a man you might come in and just get pissed off. Like,
but no, I do understand that. I personally, as much as we're made to believe, I personally don't think women can do everything. Society makes us feel like we have to or we can, but I don't think you can be a fantastic wife, a fantastic mother, and a fantastic entrepreneurial businesswoman with high performing acumen and successful. I don't think you can do all as a woman.
I think you can, but just not at the same time.
No, that's what I mean. Simultaneously, yeah. I don't think you can.
It would have to be at different.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
periods.
Yeah. I don't think you can do all.
You have
at
something's
the same-
got to give.
Yeah.
I think it's dangerous. Sorry.
What's dangerous?
Letting a man look after you and you just
What, completely?
I just think you need a backup plan.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, you should definitely have I would always tell like young women, try and buy your own place first. Even if it's a little studio, own something yourself, have your education and have a career. Like you said, if you lot break up, there's also women I know in long marriages that are like, I don't know what to do with myself because he's gone and they've got no identity of who their identity was the man. And that's dangerous too.
But it's dangerous because that is what is being pushed on like TikTok, etc. With this whole soft life and just stay at home wife. Stay at home.
It's
not
not
even
reality.
stay at home
It's
wife
not
though. It's the
reality.
whole stay at home girlfriend thing that's really being pushed, and
It's
that
not
is
reality.
completely warped.
They've never. Most of these
It
girls
was
have
never stay
never
at home
lived.
girlfriend. It
They've
was
never
always
lived
stay
with
at
a
home wife
man.
with kids.
Most of these women who are demanding this or they want a wealthy man, they've never lived with a wealthy man for 5 years. They've never stayed at home. You'll actually find after the first year, it's exciting and then you're bored to just have a really wealthy man and do nothing. I personally think.
I got a question, yeah. How do you think, yeah, that people who are brought up by both parents have an advantage over people who have been brought up with one parent or no parents?
Yeah, and I'm not saying this just because I know there are people that have not had fathers in their life or mothers in their life and they've done amazing things, but the statistics are there. Children, obviously into adults, perform better with two-parent households under the same roof. It's the stats are there.
How important would you say it is to be present as a father and as a mother in a child's life?
What do you mean, as in like day to day?
Yeah, like how important is it for them when they grow up?
Yeah, I think it's very important. I think also what's important is not just a man who is there on the weekends or a man who just gives money. I think another damaging thing that we see, and I know it's hard to like with scheduling, is we see men take the child when it's all fun on the weekends, but they're never there for the wake ups or the school runs or sitting down in parents' evenings. And I'm not saying all fathers, there's many fathers that do well, but I've seen personally a lot of men, like every other weekend, I'm going to take them to the cinema, fun. That's not full parenting. You have to go through the hard times with your child when they're having tantrums about doing maths that evening, you know? And I also think men need to be more emotionally available so they can let their children be emotionally available. We see a lot of men, they don't want to hug their children. They don't want to, it's changing now a bit, but yeah, it would be nice to see parents do.
I do think there's that. I feel like there's loads of twists and turns when it comes to like children, innit? And I feel like, because one of them, a lot of females use their children as a tool more than like they have that advantage. I feel
Yeah,
like
that's wrong.
when you talk to like men with children, like you may see them pick up their children every other week, but I know a lot of people that it's like their child uses as a tool, so they might just have the capacity to do that. It's not what they really want to
Yeah,
do.
100%.
And then on top of that, I feel like this is another thing. Men and females, I feel like whereas a female might have that time, that understanding and bond with their child, sometimes men are young in their 20s, got to think about they're trying to go get it. So they may only have the capacity, which is not right, but it's unfortunately the society we're in, only have the capacity to see their child because they're trying to build something. Then maybe, I feel like with my dad, I feel like I got closer to him when I got older.
Oh, he was more present then.
My dad was present throughout my life, but I only started understanding, I feel like for me as a man, I only started understanding what a man is until I was a man. Never understood my dad when I was it.
Do you think that was because he didn't really open up about him, like what it entailed to be a man?
No, I just feel like your mum's your mum. So your mum's going to love you, she's going to nurture you, she's going to care you.
Why can't a dad do that?
No, they can, but I feel like men are less emotional, innit?
No,
Yard man.
no, that's not.
well,
Hang on. It's not. This is absolute bollocks. Men are probably just emotional. We probably use our emotions a lot more on the scale of our emotions as women. But I think men, especially like in Caribbean, African, Asian communities, we're told that like men are told they're weak, or if you're raised in certain areas, you're a pussy, or if you start crying, or you're this or you're that.
It's not that. It's like, look, you have a dad and a mum, yeah? You may get in trouble at school. Your mum might sit down and talk to you and give you the A's and B's. Your dad might see you and kiss his teeth. He ain't got time to chat to you. He's just thinking you're an idiot. He might express you different. He still cares as much, but it's just how he's going to do it as a man. Just like when you have I promise you, if you have a baby 3 years old, the dad can just look at their son, just give that son that look. They will stop messing about. The mum, they'll have to tell stop. It's just a reaction, innit? But just your voice. Do you know what I'm saying? So I feel like there's just difference in it. So
yeah, there's definitely difference. I just think men need to feel. One of the biggest killers of men is suicide, and the reason why a lot of men are depressed and suicidal is because they feel that they can actually not turn to anybody. And whether it's like somebody, men need to learn, even though it's very uncomfortable, to start opening up and expressing their feelings. I still think they should be strong and hard and looking at your child
and
and
to the gym as well, man. You get me?
Slide plug.
The live plug.
Sort your head out, man. Right, Lin Mei, you're obviously active online, especially Twitter. Yeah, you have strong opinions. But I wanted to ask you, yeah, because on your Twitter today, and you was talking about Brits, the mentality. The Brits mentality is, why should I start from the bottom when I have A levels or a degree? I'm a fine babe, and it's an embarrassing job.
Huh?
I'll read it again. Many Brits mentality.
What's your question about the tweet?
I want to understand it.
Read it out again though, so
I'll read it out very clear. Listen. Many Brits mentality is, why should I start from the bottom when I have A levels or a degree, or I'm a fine babe, or it's an embarrassing job?
Like, what did I mean by that?
Yeah.
Okay, I have to give you some context, right? So,
hold on.
there's been like a political debate, not to bore everyone, but it's whether immigration is a good thing or a bad thing. And I think it's both, right? Obviously, I'm a migrant, I weren't born here, my parents weren't born here. But to the people that want to say, let's shut our borders, the UK could not exist without migrants as we see it now. It would just be impossible, right? However, for people on low wages, migrants are actually keeping wages down, right? But the problem is, no one that's British hardly want to do the jobs that they're coming over and doing. And I have seen progressively, people will come over from certain Asian countries, African countries, Middle Eastern countries, and they'll grind from the bottom. They'll have 5 to 6 people living in a house. They will pool their money, and within 10 years, you're seeing Kurdish, which we think are Turkish, Kurdish restaurants everywhere. We're seeing most of like the high street owned by Asians, Turkish, a lot of the accountants, healthcare workers are Africans. While people here, and I don't mean colour specific, it could be black, Asian, white, whatever. British people don't want to work hard from the bottom. Do you understand?
So they're lazy, would you say?
Yeah, I do. Like, okay, I used to work in welfare to work, right?
Yeah.
I would obviously try and assist people to get into jobs. I would have guys that actually, on the roads, I'll be like, try this. It's not going to be nice for now. The P's are going to be rubbish. But within 5 to 8 years, you could be flying. No, I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that. No, you think I'm doing that? Blah, blah, blah. They don't want to do the jobs that are seen as dead. Yeah? But then, like I said earlier, they'll go to some sort of trap house, which is dirty, stinky, smelly. Yeah. And when I've actually sat down with a lot of the guys and I've calculated, okay, let's do a spreadsheet of how much you're really making. Not the re-up money, or let's see what you're actually making when you're not really at the top. they're hardly making anything anyway. They don't get paid leave. They don't get sickness pay. They don't get nothing.
Pension.
Nothing. So my thing is, and I don't want to just make this about boys on road. I'm talking about a lot of girls now, because they might have a few followers. Like, babes, that might go soon. Or you're not getting the pretty little thing deal or whatever. Where's your actual career when no one cares about you online? I'm not doing that because I'm famous online. No, you have to start from somewhere. And the people that I interviewed when I was on Link Up TV, like interviewing people on Link Up TV, there was one person, Dean Forbes, and he's worth over 200 million. How he got there was actually lowering his pride and saying to the bosses, I'll be willing to make you cups of tea, carry your bags. I just need to be in the room listening to what the gems that you're talking. A lot of our young people around our age group, millennials, just Gen Z, they're not on that. They think they're too fly. They think they're too good. They don't want to do those jobs.
Do you think that, like, they're short-sighted, but do you think that it's like social media and having access to so much information, do you think that plays a part in their mentality?
I think there's so many different factors, and I think the majority of it is what you said, it's being short-sighted. All of the guys that were in my area that had the nice cars, the chains, the watches, whatever, I'd be real, like, I'm in my 30s. The majority, 99% of those men are washed up, right? And all the guys that were seen as nerds, neeks, whatever, who decided to take a basic or normal job, they're the ones with the property portfolio. They're the ones that, okay, they're in the trades. It may not be glamorous, but they've got a lot more money in the bank and legit on top of that, and they're making real moves, and they're the ones that the real girls, the on-point women are going for now. Because the guys who are or doing whatever, women are starting to clock that's a bit more washed now. Because who's got time to go to HMP and visit you guys? Or who's got time to, like, be flexing with a washed up, like, guy on the street? That's what I'm saying. Like, it's being short-sighted. Where, going back to what you said, there's not a lot of opportunity. I think that's a fallacy. I think if people took education a bit more seriously, were creative with their careers, I know well-off guys that are making far more than drug dealers in finance, in banking, in property, and they've not touched the roads. So it's a choice.
So what advice would you give to a young brother, no matter what colour he is, coming up, and he just wants everything now? Like, what advice would you give to him?
That doesn't even make sense, because anything now. Okay, I'll give you the most basic example, right? And not to be too crude. If you meet a really nice girl and she gives you pussy within an hour, are you gonna really think this is the girl for me?
Of course not. Okay,
so why would you think making quick money from drugs or whatever in the first week is going to be for you? The long-term goal, it's not sustainable, because that same girl that gave you pussy within 1 hour that you thought was hot, she's not going to be a good missus, chances are.
True.
Everyone has to have delayed gratification. Mm-hmm. And one of the biggest things I think with men, with not being able to go the long game, one of the issues is us as women. We expect, I'm seeing girls say, oh, why can't you buy me this? Why can't you take me there? Why would a guy in their early 20s that's trying to have a positive career be able to buy you Selfridges stuff or take you to dates that are £300? Like, girls need to just ease up on the man them and let them grow slowly. Because there's so many women now with wealthy men that when they got with those men, they didn't have much, but they were patient and they encouraged the men to stay off the roads or to build them up for the long game.
I don't believe in building men up, sorry. I just wanted to add that. Look at Kevin Hart, his wife, she built him up. And who's he with now? Thank you.
Has he left her?
Yes, and loads of men do that.
But, okay, but
I'm
not saying it's a partnership. It's a partnership. I'm not saying do everything. Don't give a man you're burnt because you gave your man your credit card.
Yeah,
I'm not saying
that's why I'm saying don't be like
I'm not saying be naive, innit?
And lots of other girls are burnt.
Yeah, but I'm
not the only one.
But but what you're doing, Lani, is now projecting. You're projecting.
No, you shouldn't do it. Building a
You're talking from a place of
Don't build a man up. When he blows, when he busts, he'll shit on you. Don't do it, girl.
I don't mean give your credit card and be naive.
No, don't even build him up.
What do
So
you mean
what
by
should you
build
do?
up?
What should you
No,
do?
wait, what do you mean by build up? Let me tell you what I mean by build
But
up.
build up, you know Kevin Hart, Kevin
No,
Hart.
but Kevin Hart.
I need to
no.
explain.
No, but let me say, do you know what
Yeah,
he
but
did?
Kevin Hart is
No, but
mad
just give me,
funny.
let me tell you what he, no, I never said anything bad
Yeah,
about
but you
him.
said he built him up, but he's
Can I
doing the job.
clarify?
Yeah, but she was, no, you don't know the story, babe. She was going to work so he could go to the, what do you call it, the comedy things?
Oh, you
So
mean
she
his
was-
wife now?
She was
Okay.
working, that's not
We
teamwork,
can do
because when
examples
he
for
blew-
negative and positive.
When he blew, he divorced her. No, don't build a man up. Because don't go to work while he stays at home while he's grinding and trying to build something. And then basically when he busts, he won't know you no more.
I don't mean
do
build
it,
up
girl.
like that. I
Don't
don't
do
mean-
it,
I
girl.
don't-
So you're not waiting around.
Don't
if,
do it,
if,
girl.
if a man's on a mission and he's building,
So
you're
he
not
can
waiting
so
around.
he can leave me when he's blown.
So wait. Do you want a ready-made man?
I'm ready made, so meet me where I am.
Yeah, that
meet me where I
makes
am.
sense. That makes sense.
I'm successful. Meet me where I
That
am.
makes
Thank you.
that makes sense, but a lot of the girls I'm seeing that are demanding things from our young men, they don't have nothing themselves. You're in your single room in your mum and dad's house with the one Gucci bag that you saved up, and now you're expecting men to pay for everything for you. I'm saying if you're a girl in your 20s to early 30s and you've met a man similar age and you both don't have that much,
Trust
why
me.
are you expecting a man to have miles more? The world isn't the same anymore. Why are you expecting him to have more than you?
Look.
Sorry, when I say build up, I mean, babe, treat me romantically. Take me on dates, but don't expect a lot. If we can't go on holiday this year, we can't go.
But what if, I'm going to ask you a question. What if you're the only one working in your Sainsbury's job and he's going out and you're paying for his music videos and everything?
No,
So he can be a famous
I don't agree with that.
Don't do that.
I don't
babe.
agree with
because
that.
the minute he blows, forget about it.
You're coming from a
Nah,
place of
don't do it.
experience. We're not
Yeah.
talking about that type of build up. We're saying both put into each
Oh,
other
yes.
on the same level.
An
Yeah,
actual
but
partnership.
look. I'll be
Yeah.
listen. Let me just say this. Whatever you put into this world, it comes out. You can't be mad if you built someone up because it's part of your life. Because that may be the main reason why you are where you are now. Because God's giving you back what you put into this world. You don't give to receive. So
That's true. If Tion hurt, it's true. If he didn't hurt you, would you be doing badders? If Tion didn't
I
hurt you,
receive it. I
End of the
receive
day,
it.
we come from mums. Mums build women empower us young black men. So I would never
But not
promote that.
everyone's lucky like
This-
me.
No.
Some people
But
just
it's-
some people just
it's paid off though. When some women who've built up their
Let me
man,
tell you
it's
something,
paid
let me tell you
off.
something, let me tell you something.
100%. Not
It
all
actually
man,
has paid
not all
off.
man get to where they need to get to.
Let me
and
tell you something. Let me tell
a
you
lot
something.
do though. A lot
I'm gonna
do,
tell you this now, yeah.
Nah, man.
If I'm
They
with a
do.
girl from I've been 17 and I'm with her till I'm the rest of my life, I'm gonna respect that girl differently.
Ja
Build up.
Rule's the only one.
The girls that you meet.
Snoop
when you're-
Dogg.
Oh, Ja Rule, Snoop Dogg. There's a few.
So then
but
that's the few that you.
there's very few.
How do you know
I'm
that?
very
In the
into-
corporate world,
by
there's
the way,
a lot. In the
okay,
corporate world,
by the
there's a
way,
lot.
Who was your first love?
I'm very a boy who starts with L. I'm very
Right,
I'm
so
very
what happened to him? Did you put
Wait.
him up?
Wait,
did
let
you
me
leave him
land.
for the popping guy?
Let me land with what I'm saying.
You
I'm
left him
very
for the
into
popping guy,
celebrity culture. So like I know a few guys that when you watch their life story, they always leave the girl that they were with in high
The
school
original
and the girl
one.
that blew the first wife. Once they get famous and rich, they always go for the BBL upgrade.
No, but that's not.
talking about the
Hart's
ones-
wife don't have BBL.
Yeah, I'm
But
talking
let me-
about
let
the
me-
ones,
But let me
the
tell you.
specific
But
ones.
can I
I'm talking
ask
about,
a
like rappers.
question?
Yeah.
So, because I don't agree with what you're saying. I think it's actually.
It's not.
rubbish.
I'm, okay,
No,
when we
I'm
go
not-
home,
but I'm-
when we
no,
go
no, but
home,
let
I'm
me
going
break
to
it down.
WhatsApp you.
But hold on.
Every single
No,
person.
but
that's done it.
let me land before we wrap up. Just like I don't know your story, you
Yeah.
don't know their story. Yeah. If you're with someone from your 16 to your 26, yeah, do you know how much you
Okay,
change as
first wife.
people?
First wife.
What?
Some of them is their first wife, like the first
Yeah,
wife they're
but
married
you
with.
can be with someone, love someone, grow to a certain age, and grow
seem-
apart.
What we're saying
Nah, it
is,
doesn't look that way.
don't, if you've got some
Can I ask you a question?
savings,
You're-
don't give all your savings to a man.
Can I ask you a
I'm
question then?
saying watch him grow and support him, not
Okay, yeah.
necessarily fling your money
Yeah.
at him.
Okay, cool.
You're
yeah.
in your 30s, yeah? Obviously, I don't know, maybe you've been in a relationship, maybe you're not yet. Have you ever grew someone up? Or in your period
J.
of time,
Cole.
have you... No. She don't do J. Cole.
Cole.
I'm saying, have you ever grew someone and helped someone get to where they are in your life?
I've been stung before as well, but like
I've helped
it's
people, yeah.
No, but I'm saying, have you ever sat down whilst the man's got nothing, built him up, and he's got money now? Did you see a change in his attitude?
No, I've never. To be honest, I've worked on myself, and I've always gone equally yoked, if that makes sense. In terms of maybe education, when I was younger, I tried to help my like first long-term boyfriend doing his CV and blah, 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 and doing all that stuff. But I've realized now, a man will want to change when he wants to change. So what a woman needs to do is get with a man who wants to change if you're younger to be able to help him, but he has to already be doing it. Don't try and convince. What a lot of girls is, babes, please come off the road, please get a job, please go to uni. Don't do all that. Find yourself a man who is already starting his career and you're just there supporting him and helping him more. But he has to help you too.
But you know, so
we
funny
need
what
help
you said.
too.
A lot of girls, do you know so mad? A lot of girls want to mother guys. That's
That's
so do you know what
yeah,
I'm saying about that? But
that's true.
a lot of girls, even if that man didn't need your help, a lot of girls want to be that girl. They want to sort you. Like, and some guys don't like it, some guys do. So it's like, you can't really win in this world. So when I hear girls saying that, it's like...
There's equal examples for what Lani's
Right,
saying. Some women,
100%.
and that's life, some women get burnt,
Look
some
at Tyrese
don't.
and his girl. You can talk about, what about that girl?
Yeah, there's a
Tyrese,
few
you said you
examples.
studied-
Yeah,
the
some
majority.
people,
So
yeah.
what, no, but let's
For
talk about that
example,
then. What about Tyrese?
Good. Yeah, he's one
And
of the
his-
good ones.
There's a
No,
lot.
but what about his women then?
Well, I don't
Because
know.
I'm-
I don't know that
but
you can educate
How much
me.
girls get to guys because they've got money?
Oh, a
Why don't
lot.
we talk about that though?
Yeah, it's out of order. I never said it wasn't.
Oh, yeah.
But
Is
yeah,
that out of order?
it's out of order if it's the sole reason. I think you should
Right.
be with somebody.
'Cause you
But then
like-
hold on, you're
It
already
should be a
made though.
bonus.
So you're only gonna get with a guy because you're already made. So you're gonna get with a guy that's already made who's got money.
Yeah. Period.
So is that your sole bonus then?
No, I want to love them genuinely, but they
But then
can't be broke.
but love's not, I don't think love's generated by money. I can meet a girl today.
No.
that is
You
a
have
million-
to be
I know, but he
realistic
can't be
though in this
broke.
life.
I'm being realistic. I'm telling you now, money cannot make me love someone.
No.
I
I
feel
want
not
to love
make
them.
you love
no, I'm saying I want
someone.
I want to have love. Yes, but the people I'll give a chance to fall in love with are people whose bank
Yeah, but
accounts.
that's
One of the
I
main
know.
re- one,
But I'm
one of the
telling you
main
now,
reasons
I'm
for
a Christian,
divorce
I'm a
is
Christian,
because
yeah.
of money issues.
I'm
Why
a-
would you get with someone that's broke?
I'm a Christian.
Yeah.
I'm a Christian. I believe that's God's plan. God will make you fall in love with someone. You can meet a trap tomorrow and you might just love
Nah, I
that
don't
person.
agree with that. I don't agree with that.
Unfortunately, I'd rather
No.
be lonely and single and barren.
God, the Bible
than
also
finessed.
says,
So I
God
can't
helps
be with
those
the
who help
broken.
themselves. So you have to have the mental capacity to be able to say whether this makes sense. You know, people just say, I just fell in love with them. You don't
So
just
you're telling
fall
me
in
you would never
love.
be with someone that earns less than you, that's not got a lot of money, but you just... So if you meet a guy tomorrow in the going to get Starbucks, he's behind you. Yeah, he's not...
My
he ain't-
reason-
Hold on, he ain't
Yeah.
got no property.
Yeah.
He's just a calm... He works in Tesco's.
Nah.
Yeah? No, why not though? But hold on,
No.
he treats you good. He
I'm gonna
gives
tell you why. I'll
he
tell
gives
you
He gives
why.
you moral respect. He treats you right.
He's not
He
going to
does-
respect
hold on,
me. He's not. I'll tell you why.
Go on.
If I go for a guy that's considerably has less than me,
Yeah.
at first he might be all nice, but resentment will set in. So the dynamics of our relationship, I'm gonna start little boying him. Do you know what?
That's childish,
You
though.
don't know, not on purpose, but for the simple fact that he's not going to feel. Men need to feel empowered. They need to be able to lead. How can you lead me when I'm doing whatever I'm doing and you're cashing up apples like through the till? Like, I'm not being rude.
but you know,
Large
I
up
don't-
everyone that does that. Everyone, I used to sell bin liners for a living. That's what I used to do. So I'm not shitting on anyone who has certain jobs. What I'm saying is it's not realistic because I also like certain things in life. If I want to go somewhere, I know I'm going to have the entire financial burden because my man's working in Tesco's. Why would I
It's a
want that for
mismatch.
myself? It doesnn make sense. I'm saying, babes, there's this fantastic place with oysters. It's some of the most expensive. I really want to try it. Babe, I work at Tesco's. Like, how are we going to live our life?
I'm not a sugar
But then,
mummy.
but I'll be honest, that's why some of you
I don't
girls-
think-
no,
I don't
think men
that's
should
why-
do
that's why
everything
some-
either
That's why
financially.
some girls never are happy because you lot always go for guys that you think's this, but you don't, generally don't love them.
But it only works.
So I'm-
Hang on, pop
You've
up.
gone
Don't,
from
wait,
one
wait,
extreme to the other.
pause.
I'm giving you
Men
the-
date
No,
down.
pause.
Men date down. Women don't usually date down. Men date.
How
men-
can you
women
just
don't-
say
women
that
date
after
up.
asking me that?
Men
I'm
date
not
down.
saying I could be with someone
what
that's
I'm
got
saying-
money
no,
that I don't
no,
love.
I'm not- what
I
I'm-
need personality and
personally,
connection.
that's what I'm saying. A lot of
Yeah.
females, let me just explain myself a little bit.
Please.
A lot of females
Yeah.
set these standards, yeah? Which is fair enough. Your standard is, I've got money, I want a guy with money. I want a guy to reflection what I can do for
Yeah.
myself, yeah? But, it's a bracket. It's like a filter. It's like if I go search for properties, I'll put a filter on my price bracket, yeah? So you don't put a filter on when you look for a guy.
Men
But-
do filters too, yeah?
Not really, but some men do. Some men do, but
Yours is looks.
Yeah, yours is looks.
this is what I'm saying. I
It's
feel like
that's still a filter.
But let
though.
me just land.
Yeah,
but let me
it's
just land.
facts.
My whole point is, yeah, love is based on love. I just believe, just from my personal experience, I believe you can't force yourself to be in love. I just believe love is like a God thing. Like you may meet a girl now, and I feel like if that's the girl for you, if that's what God thinks, like you will just fall in love with her.
You
Like,
should never marry a person solely just on like
I'm not
attachment.
saying, but I'm not saying, but
or
here what?
like
You should never marry someone. But, so
fancying.
you should never marry someone solely on love. Yeah. But what's the biggest connection in a relationship? Your love. If you with someone and you like,
But when
where
you
they
get
are,
to a
like
certain-
personality,
when
but then
you-
you actually don't love
but
them.
listen.
You would end up breaking
But
up.
when you get to a certain stage in life, you don't. What generates love? What generates love for me is seeing. Okay, I've met you quite a few times now. I'm starting to love you because we mentally connect. We like connect on so many levels, right?
Yeah.
I'm not saying it's impossible, but someone that has entire different life to me, how am I falling in love with them?
But much question: when you're married, yeah,
Yeah,
when a lot of people that are married,
yeah.
why do they get involved? Why do they get
Divorced.
divorced?
Money
What's
issues.
their biggest
Money
saying?
issues.
They fell out of what?
Distrust.
No,
They
it's
fell
actually
out of-
money.
It's actually, yeah, it's
actually
not.
money.
It's not.
It's
So you're
actually,
saying-
she's not lying.
It's
actually
money issues.
It's actually money.
One of the biggest
Money-
reasons
money
for
is
divorce
the-
is
yeah,
money
it's actually
issues.
money.
I believe that's a cult.
No,
They fall
it's
out of
actually
love.
money.
I believe
It's
they fall out
actually
of love.
money because
I feel
why
like
am I
love-
paying the mortgage on my own? Why am I paying the mortgage
Hold
on
on,
my
let me ask
own?
a question then.
Silly.
What? I don't get the point
And
you're
I was
trying
a
to
kid.
make.
My whole point is that love is like the biggest feeling.
No,
When
but
there's
that
no
was
love,
silly. That was silly.
because
of
he never
me.
had no money.
How do you fall in love with someone?
was
What
silly,
makes you
though.
fall in love with someone?
I wasn't
God, that's what I'm
wise.
saying.
No,
I
it's
couldn't
not
tell
God.
you. This
No,
is-
it's not God.
This is what I'm
No,
telling
it's
you.
not.
I
No, it's
can't tell.
not.
Listen, I'll be honest here. Me personally, and this is a fact. I've met beautiful girls, girls with money, girls with no money, good pussy, not good pussy, good head, not good head. But I just feel like me, I've only been in love once, yeah. and
Yeah.
that
Are
was
you
just-
with her?
No.
So can I tell you why it's not God? You'd still be with her. You fell in love
Yeah,
with
how
the
do you know
wrong
I don't still love
person.
her? How do you know I don't still
You
love her?
fell in love with the wrong
How do you
person.
know I don't still love
Why are you
her?
not with her then?
Because man not love her no more. But yeah. No,
So it wasn't God.
but
Can I
fell
tell you
out of
why?
love. I fell
Because
out of
God,
love.
you're a Christian. God don't make mistakes. You made a mistake. It's not God.
That's what my brethren real would say. But
You've got it wrong.
But wait.
Right,
I wanna
cool.
say one
Go on,
thing.
one more thing.
It's
You
more
talk about-
normal for a man to date down than it is for a woman to date down. It's just more acceptable. You guys are fine. You can be like a millionaire and date a waitress. It's very
You
rare.
don't wanna lead
for a
as well.
woman.
You wanna
honest,
lead.
yeah,
You wanna
I'll
lead.
be honest,
Very
from
rare.
experience, yeah, you don't even know if you're dating down. Because a lot of these guys are facades.
Facts.
You may think
But
you're
you
dating
find
up, you're
out.
dating
Facts.
But
down.
you'll find out, won't you? And that's why
No,
we'll
you
divorce.
won't.
And
No.
that's why we'll divorce. Period.
It's alright, this is not right, that's why
I'm
you
ready to divorce,
but
innit?
this is not oh
That's what we'll divorce, period.
And that's why we'll divorce.
She just agreed with my point. Right. Wait, hold on, pause. Because we went through all of that for you to agree. You don't know if you're dating up or down. Then when you find out, you'll divorce.
Yes.
But hear what? See, if you never worried about the money and it was based on love, you wouldn't be so quick to divorce.
What is love?
Because you'd be in love. No, neither is money. Neither is money. Just like she said. the
You
man can
need
be- hold
multiple
on.
factors.
Wait, hold on.
You
Make up-
need
wait, hold on.
multiple
No, pause it, hold on.
factors.
Make up your mind then. Because you just said, yeah.
Okay, go on.
You just said,
Yeah.
yeah, you be with a man who's wealthy and after a year you're bored. So if the money don't excite you,
Yeah.
and there's no love there, because you don't really love this guy because it's a filter.
I
where
think
we
your
going?
view
What
of
is it?
love is quite childish.
No, it's not. I'm answering your question. No, but
No, I am.
You're not answering my question. You just said.
I can only answer your question if we establish what
All
your
right.
definition of love is.
Yes,
Because you
definition
just
of-
said God.
All right, hold on. Definition of love is when you meet someone,
Yeah.
you're in love. Your body's pumping
You-
for them. Your
you-
head over heels. You want to do
That
everything for
sounds
them.
like infatuation. It sounds like lust and desire. That's not
Well,
love.
I don't think you can explain. If you've been in love before, I don't think you can explain what love is.
I can tell you what it's not.
What is it not?
It's not what you said. You just meet someone and you're pumping for them and
No,
you're
obviously,
desiring
love's
for them.
not me-
That's
Alright,
lust,
right,
babe. It's
Cutson,
lust.
What's your love then? What does love mean? Have you been,
Love for me
Yeah.
means someone who you feel that you can go through ups and downs with them. You see a lot of things in life that are similar to the way that they see things with. You share morals, you share values, you share a deeper connection than you have when that person could actually look so dead one day, so not attractive, but you love the bones off of them. It's a deeper feeling, and you can't just say like you did. One, oh, it's God, he tells you, and two, you're pumping for them when you see them. That's lust. That's not love.
No, I
You
agree.
have to spend time with that person and see how they treat you, how they behave, how they treat everyone else around you. That's love.
No, I agree with you. Everything you said, I actually agree. But nothing you said is to do with money.
Okay, but
So
in the
Mark, so-
same,
so
in the
that- so
same.
that- so
No,
that's-
you're,
that's-
in a way, you're inadvertently wrong because I know.
I can't win.
Yeah,
can't win.
I know. I'm going to tell you. I know I'm going to love a man who has ambition, who is intelligent, who is aspirational. By default, just those three things are bound to go to money.
But make up your mind, because you just said if he was with a wealthy man after a year, you could be bored.
If that's what you're going for.
Wait. No, what I said was women who think on TikTok that soft life is amazing because they have no life experience. If you're at home while he's on the grind till morning till night and you're there twiddling your thumbs with all the lubes and Louis Vuitton in the world, you're not being inspired or you're not doing anything. So you're going to be bored. How can I love my man? He's not here. He's at work. I'm bored.
Sorry to cut you. I know off camera, but I have a question for all of you.
Oh my gosh, go on, producer.
Is this off camera?
No.
Oh.
Let's say you get with someone, boy, male, female, whatever way around it is. They are not as wealthy. You're wealthy, right? They become wealthy within the relationship. Would you consider, basically, like, would you consider being with someone that's not wealthy, but then knowing they've got the passion, they've got the drive, they've got this, they've got that? Would you consider? So potential.
Yeah, they've got potential. So you can see the potential.
I think if you're in a certain age group, yes. I think you should.
Right answer.
If as a woman, if you are above a certain age and you know you want to have kids, you know you want to marry within the next 2 to 3 years, it's a risky business because that same man, and we know men are fickle, women are as well, but he might be on a good trajectory. He's not there yet. You've waited because you're patient. 4 years has gone and your eggs them are dried up. It's a risk. It's a risk.
So what age group would you say though?
Like 21 to like 27.
I think, to 30. But when I say a man has, he doesn't have to be wealthy. He just can't be broke, struggling. Yeah. And I honestly believe a man, unless you're really young, a man shouldn't really be trying to have a relationship if he's really struggling because that's going to put pressure on a relationship.
Facts.
And women need to understand that. Just because you're getting dick from him, stop trying to pressure him into being in a relationship because he will not be content and happy and he won't be a provider. But then, if you know as a man that she wants a relationship, stop dicking her down and walk away. Is it still facts?
Right, cool.
I want to know if you guys have aspirations of being married and like also what your type is like at this stage in your lives, because we've spoken a lot about men, what we don't like, what we do like.
This is a Lani question.
What do you like?
Why?
Because you've said your type's changed. So
yeah,
what's
and
your
I've done a
type
lot
now?
of talk.
What's
your type? Yeah.
I don't necessarily have aspirations about getting married. I'll be real. I think I would want a child. Just because like I dream about being a mum. But I'm not really, I'm sorry, I'm somebody who gets irritated by the whole like what men want conversation because I basically don't really give a fuck what men want. If someone meets me and loves me for me, that's great. But I literally can't stand, that's why sometimes I get quiet, it irritates me. I don't live for a man's approval. So that's why I was willing to make that joke I made in the beginning because I actually don't give a fuck. So like no one can judge me. Like I just want you to love me for me, get to know me for me. Like, and I think a lot of women are in shackles and can't even be themselves because women are always living for, will a man approve of this? Will a man approve of that? I don't give a fuck if you approve of my lifestyle, of what I've done. I just want someone to love me for me. And I would say my type is somebody who is, because I've got quite a big personality, just somebody who's like, who can kind of like handle me and somebody who is not a bum. Yeah, go on.
I was thinking just you two, because you lot are powerful girls, you lot in the industry, you lot are basically practically famous. You lot are famous.
No.
Well, you are. Do you feel like it's hard dating being you two?
Oh, golly gumdrops. It's hard for me because I'm Lani.
Do you think it's a put off though?
What?
For men? Like the way you just described it, like all the stuff you're saying, do you think I don't care? I just say what I want.
But it's exhausting. It's so fucking exhausting to talk about a body count and if you dress this way. I just want to be me. I just want to be me and someone should get to know who I really, really am. I don't want to live off, would your wife go if she gave you pum on 10 minutes? Oh my God, like literally, like sometimes I just want to jump off a bridge when people talk about stuff like this. I just don't give a fuck. I want to meet someone if I have a connection because sometimes I go through periods where I want to have sex for 2 to 3 years. So I guess I have to meet the person, I have to get to know me, but I don't want to constantly be in an exam for getting wifed. I just can't be bothered with it. It does my head in.
I think it sounds good where Lani's coming from, and I wish we could all be like that, but I don't think it's realistic.
Yeah.
I think
I'm there though.
I hear it.
Yeah.
But you still want a man and to have a child.
I don't necessarily want a man.
But you'll have a child without.
Yeah. I could have a child without a man.
Do you not think they need a father?
Well, if they need a father or they need anything, it's not my business. If I don't have a man, I don't have a man.
It is your business.
It
It's
is.
your child.
But
That's
I
very
don't-
selfish.
But it's not by force. But it's not by force. That has to be with
well,
a man.
Well, how would you have a baby?
My
A
kid will be
sperm
fine.
bank? A sperm bank?
I'll have whatever, sperm bank, whatever. But it's not by
Okay.
force. I have to have it with a man.
Fair enough. If that's how you look, but like what we said earlier,
They'll be fine.
statistically, kids do better.
My kid, yeah. Well, I have a dad, and my dad and me are not super close. So at the end of the day, it is what it is. They'll be fine with me. I'm fantastic. I'll be their mum and their dad.
But going back to what you said about I just want to be me, I do get that, and people in an ideal world should be able to be them. But the reality is, when you go to find a partner, you have to compromise. Like every single person, man and woman. And if you only want to be you and nobody else,
what I mean, babe.
no, I just mean
Yeah.
for you saying like, you know, I just want to be me. I get that, but I think a man or a woman that says, I want to be me and I'm not trying to live for anyone else or change or whatever, I think they should be single. Because when
No.
you get into a relationship, you will have
But
to
she's
change.
misunderstood what I've said.
Okay.
I can compromise in a relationship. What I mean is
okay.
having debates, for instance, like if you give pussy in the first hour, will you get wifed? That was just an example. Or do you have enough money? I don't care.
Oh, let me ask
Like,
you a question, Lani. Let me ask you a question.
I'm just gonna meet someone.
Let's say
and
you
want to do what
meet
I
your
want.
dream man tomorrow. You meet your dream man tomorrow,
Yeah.
yeah? And he loves you, yeah? And he gets to know you and he likes everything.
Yeah.
But he's not yet in love with you. Then he falls in love with you and he says, do you know what, babe? Like, you've done a lot of milestones. Could you like cover your breasts a bit more when you're taking pictures? Just a bit. You can still be doing your produce. What if he said that's his only requirement, just to cover your breasts a little bit more? Would you do it? He's your perfect man.
I don't know. It's a really hard question.
You're not willing to compromise in a
I've known
relationship.
these longer, guys. I've known these longer. It's a really hard question. I don't know. I have to think about it.
But why do you have them on show so much?
Because I like them. Because I live for me. Do you understand why? That's my point.
But you know that they're there anyway.
No, but I just like how I look.
But is it attention you're looking?
I don't care about men. I haven't actually dated a man in 4 years.
I don't think it's bad, by
I've
the
been
way. If
dating
she wants
women.
to show, but
Yeah, I
I'm
don't
just
think
saying
it's
when it
bad.
comes
I
to.
I actually don't date men, so it's definitely not.
Oh,
for
are
them.
you bisexual?
Yeah, I've been dating girls for 4 years.
Oh.
I don't actually care about.
Oh,
So it's
okay.
not
What
for
if your
men. I
lady
don't care about
friend? What if your lady friend said, "Can you cover a little?" She's the perfect woman in your life. Can you cover just a little bit?
I'm willing to compromise to a degree, but
For a lady,
point
do you see
is-
how her energy was different? So
But
maybe ladies can get the best out
I
of you.
prefer. I am more sweet to women.
To a
I won't
lady.
lie.
Okay, that's
Because-
good.
Maybe because they haven't burnt me as much. But back to my point, it's the same thing about like for instance, if I went on a date, what I mean by I want to be me is I'm not gonna go on a date and not be me. So I'm gonna wear what I want to wear. I just want to be me. If I want to fuck on the first date or if I want to fuck on the 10th, I just want to be me. I don't give a fuck about these debates. I just don't. But to be honest with you, because I have issues with men anyway, I don't let men near me. But yeah.
Can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
This is the both of you, but I'll ask you first. Is there a softer side to you? Because you're very opinionated, you're very firm, you come across as a very strong woman. But is there like a softer side that we don't know in terms when it comes to men?
Yeah, like
Definitely.
yeah,
You can
100%. Don't get me wrong. There are times when I might hold my opinion, and there's a bit of frustration there where I should probably, in the immediate, submit. But generally speaking, like I don't think when men ask this, I just think it's a bit stupid for the simple fact that when you go into a boardroom or when you're licking a shot on the street or whatever, you're not going to treat the people in the boardroom the same or the people who you're selling food to, are you? You're not going to treat them the same as when you go home to your missus or to your children. So the same is, yeah, okay, I talk about very dense topics on the news, or like I talk about societal issues that have a lot of strength behind it. So my delivery is going to seem harsh. I'm not then going to go home and stroke my man like, yeah. Do you know what I mean? I'm gonna be like
just
soft hard.
I think that reflects a societal issue, though, isn't it? Like, men aren't used to seeing women and their layers, and only now are women allowed to be everything and more, whereas before it was only being gentle and being in the kitchen and being at home, and that's essentially what we were talking about earlier. So I think it is to do with a lot to do with society too.
It's gonna be natural for women to have a bit more, like as you said, I don't like to call it masculine, but where we're handling large sums of money, where we're handling our own property, where we're doing a lot of things now, women who tend to be sheltered from the harshness of reality and economics and all those things, they will be softer because their life is in fairyland. They're not in the real trenches sometimes that now us women have to be in to try and be a bit successful.
Well,
Wait, sorry, I have a question for him. Sorry. No, for him. Sorry, what's your name again, babe?
Jimbo.
Yeah, Jimbo. Sorry. I just want to ask you: are you offended by my cleavage?
No, I'm not offended, but it's just a lot going on.
But what's wrong? What do you mean it's a lot going on?
Yeah, like it's just I think it's just a lot sometimes. Like I think it's a bit too much.
Yeah, but
for the eyes.
what's the issue with it?
There's not an issue with it. Like it's all
His
cool,
preference.
Like,
Your preference is to show it.
But
His
we're
is
not
to-
dating.
Yeah, no, I'm not
Yeah.
saying I have an issue with it.
Oh,
Do your
okay.
thing. Yeah, no, you're you boldly.
Yeah.
That's good. Like we need more people to be more boldly themselves. Yeah.
Okay.
Do you know
I
what?
was just asking.
I don't have an issue with it. Do your thing, but I'm just saying sometimes it may come across as a bit too much
Yeah, but why though?
because it's like they're just bouncing, they're just out.
Alright,
I hear
cool.
it. I hear it.
That's what I'm saying.
For-
There's nothing to.
Yeah, I hear it. I'm just asking.
Before we wrap up, I just want to say this though. I feel like this is to both of you. And I'll say you lot got both amazing platforms. And in our community, in our industry, I feel like we definitely need ladies like you lot. So it's actually like a round of applause. I feel like
Thanks.
Lani, you're doing actually well. Despite everything, I feel like people always focus on what people are doing, but then what they're not doing. But then there's like, we need more of you because we need more creators. We need more people like you that are boldly outspoken and stand on what they're doing in it. And you're creating things, you're being productive. So actually, like I just want to say shout out to you and carry on doing it and carry on shining. Lin Mei, I feel like you're like a gospel to like. I feel like your opinions and how you drop gems is needed in our society today. Because
Thanks.
I feel like there's not a lot of people that talk sense to the way you talk sense, and I feel like you get a lot of backlash too. Do you know what I'm saying? But I feel like it's needed because there's not a lot of strong women that feel like they can come out and say things you say. So I just like to say like a massive round of applause to you both in it because I feel like we need to get much more females like you lot in and around in the creative space, in the industry, and talk more. So yeah, man, I just wanted to say
Thanks.
big you both up in it.
I like to say secondly as well that yeah, you do very well. You talk corporate, but you still talk our language. So I think the balance is there. I think it's very much needed in our community still.
Thanks.
Yeah, and I just want to say I think you both are great in your own ways, and I love the fact that you're so different, but you also have some sort of like, there are so many times where you guys can see each other's perspectives. It just shows that you can come from different walks of life and do different things, but have a common ground still, and all views are kind of accepted here. So yeah, well done, girls.
Maybe you can get Lin Mei to help you produce the next season.
Get to the therapy.
She'll think it's boring.
Oh my gosh, you might as well do your therapy side.
I'm not qualified, darling. I'm not qualified.
Alright,
She'll be stressed.
listen,
She'll be stressed.
this has been another amazing episode of Spill the Juice. Subscribe. I can't lie, this has been an amazing one. So yeah, man, just thank you lot for watching again. I'll be back again, man. Carry on watching, man.
Cause I can't kiss you for the phone, yeah. But you can rub your pussy, make it moan, yeah. And I can't wait till you're alone, yeah. Tell them grabbing up your body, make you wanna bite me, yeah. Room full of money when we fuck.